Hey guys, so for this video I'll be showing my collection that I have from Kpop. They are a group that I've been following since they debuted, so they're very dear to my heart. And yeah, I'm very happy that I've been able to keep up with a lot of their releases, so I'll just get to showing you guys what I have. So the first thing I have is Kpop's debut single, Come Into the World. There's two versions of this. I'm actually one of the very lucky people who managed to get a copy of the first press, because there's a second press that they did for like an anniversary, and that's the one that is, I don't know if that one's out of print, but this one's really hard to get, so I'm really glad that I have the original copy. But I think the reissue has better packaging, but I don't plan on getting it. I'm just happy with the very first original one. So then they came back with Transform, which features the song Super Love, and that got them a lot of fans because Clap was a decent track. I actually got interested in Kpop because l.jo from After School featured in the music video, and that's the initially why I watched the music video, and then I liked them and so on. But then they came back with Super Love, and I instantly got hooked. It's one of their catchiest tracks, and yep, so I think this, I don't know if this is out of print, but it has Super Love, and then they came back with the Roman, which the title track for this is Hansu Burijiman, which means like no more perfume on you. And this era was really funny for Kpop, because if you know what the song's about, it's basically about cheating, but it's just unbelievably catchy, and it's one of my favorite Kpop songs. I don't necessarily like the meaning, but it's so catchy. It's just the beat, everything's perfect, but you know, the message was, and the music video were just, you know, not a really good message, but regardless, this is actually a very good mini album. And there's a really funny picture here in this photo book that was like used for the teasers, and I remember that was like the picture that they used for one of the teasers, and it caught a lot of people's attention. And I love the suits. And then basically Kpop's biggest hit, their first #1 for their second mini album, it's the title track, Going Crazy, or Just Crazy. Unbelievably catchy. I was so glad that they finally won first place, and they got a lot of more fans. And yeah, it's probably their signature song, and it's very catchy. I really enjoy this comeback. Like their golden age, or their golden era, was with Brave Brothers, because he gave them the perfect songs that fit them so well. But back then, Neil used to sing most of the songs, so they got a lot of hate for that. And then they made another comeback really fast, because Crazy was really successful, and this was a more experimental song, To You, which was the title track for this mini album, which is called Artist. And again, I really enjoy the dance. I don't have the disc with me because I have them somewhere else. And then they made another comeback that same year with their summer special. And this one is a really fun summer song. I remember that I used to listen to this all the time. And the disc goes here, but again, I don't have them with me. So then this is actually quite rare now, and I'm really glad that I got it. When it came out, it just the limited edition of their first full-length album, and it comes with a lot of things. Yeah, so there's probably a lot of people who made unboxings of these, but I have the regular, well, the limited edition of the first press. So There's a repackage of this, which I don't have. That's one of the things that I'm missing from Teen Top, but I don't know if I'll ever get that because they didn't really have an actual like music video for it. Like it was just like a promotional track, and the music video was just a concert, them on a concert. But who knows? Maybe I'll get it. And if you're wondering how big this is, like so you can get an idea, this is how big a jewel case is. So it's pretty big and it's really heavy. It's really, really well. The packaging is really great. And then that same year, they came back twice. They came back with their song "Rocking," and this is the repackage of that. So I actually don't really like this cover, but since it's a repackage, so I actually was gonna wait. I was actually gonna get the first press of this, but I just decided to just go with the repackage because of the extra songs. And again, since they were doing repackages, I usually waited for them to release them, and then when they made a comeback with Éxito, I waited and I got lucky and I have a signed copy of all the members, and this was like a year after, so this comeback was long overdue, but there's the regular edition of Éxito. This is a repackage. This is a repackage. And I actually preferred the repackaged title track more than the actual one. And then shortly after, they had a Christmas single, which is pretty funny because it was just weird. But I always enjoy having like a little Christmas something for each specific group. And again, I got lucky and I got them signed. I don't know if it shows on camera, but like if you look at the top, I got them signed by each member. So I have 2 signed things from Teen Top, and this is a really cute little song that they released for. It was mainly for the fans. Like this was a fan gift for Christmas, and then they really brought themselves back up with this release, because even though like Éxito was kind of like, I was like, oh, a little bit disappointed, but then they came back with a really good title track and album, Natural Born. I don't remember the names of the versions, but these are the 2 versions. I know one's called the Passion version, but so this one's pink. Oops. So this is the disc. And yeah. Oh, there's a photo card. So this is the one that I got. I got Chunji. And this is the black cover one. And I got l.jo. So there's probably people who made unboxings of these, but this was a really, really step up for Teen Top in terms of music. And then I have their, what number mini album is this? Well, their mini album Red Point, and I was a little bit disappointed once again. This release didn't do much for me, but I bought it because, you know, I've always been supporting them. So, I mean, it was good, but like when you have certain standards for groups that you followed and that you really enjoy their music before, I always have like really, really high expectations. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't up to the standards that I always had Teen Top for. And I actually just bought their second full-length album that they released this year. So when I make an updated collection for Teen Top, that will be featured in the video. So I technically have a complete collection if you exclude their regular versions of the mini albums that had repackages. And yeah. And then moving on to solos, this is Neil's Spring Love, which is a repackage of his mini album. And I've yet to get his other second solo, so that's another thing I've been meaning to get from Teen Top. And this solo actually I really enjoyed. Neil is like I love Neil's voice. It's just really unique. And touching onto the subject of l.jo leaving, you know, l.jo, if not, is probably, well, was my favorite member of Teen Top, so, you know, it's really sad, but I'm glad that they're continuing as a group, because they were on the verge of just disbanding as a whole, and that would have been really, you know, sad. But, you know, even though, like, l.jo is not part of the group anymore, I actually don't really mind it that much, because even though he was like my favorite, but he didn't really do much contribution to the songs, because, like, let's say if Chunji or Neil left Teen Top, that would have been really bad, because they sing majority of the songs, because the other members are not the strongest vocalists. They improved a lot over the years, but they're like the backbone of Teen Top. Like Neil and Chunji are like the backbone, because if you go back to their debut days, they used to just sing like 90% or like 80% of the song, just those two, and mostly just Neil. So at least Changjo has been getting a lot of more lines, and I really enjoy his voice too. And yeah, so hopefully we get to hear more music from Teen Top in the future, and hopefully they promote a lot more. They don't promote that much anymore, because Top Media is really focusing a lot on Up-Tension, and since Up-Tension has been getting a lot of popularity in Japan, I don't know how that's going to like work out, but you know, I don't collect Up-Tension. You know, I pay attention to them every now and then, but I don't plan on getting any other things, because it's just too expensive to adopt another group into my collection. But yeah, other than that, if you are interested of any other albums that I have or collections from specific groups, look through my channel. I made for collection videos for each group or artist that I collect from. And at the very end, I'll make a big compilation of everything that I have, because I wanted to just do some individual collection videos for specific groups. And if there's anything that you should really check out from Teen Top is for mini albums, I would say they're Natural Born, It's, and Roman, and of course their first full-length album. Yep. But yes, I can't wait to get my copy of High Five, their second full-length album, and I'll include that in a haul video or something. But other than that, if you have any other questions, just comment down below. And thank you guys for watching, and look forward to more of these collection videos. Bye.